April 27, 2020, working from farm today. Two projects I have to complete, and I've got to finish up the document review at least on half of the discovery that's owed in one case. We'll start the other half hopefully today. I'm almost through that's over 10,000 pages of shit, so getting through it. Hopefully I'll have all that done by the time the judicial stay is lifted May 15th. West Virginia has not sought to lift its shelter-in-place, stay-at-home order, so I am going to my farm to shelter in place. But when I'm down a work rabbit hole, I forget time, I forget to eat, I forget to use the bathroom, blah, 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 all that crap. So I've spent the past 4 hours down one of those rabbit holes, and I didn't realize it until I looked at the clock. So now it's time to get some sweat. These quartered white oaks up, and I'm just going to work on 20 hits. With 20 hits, just try to move well as keeping a long swing. That's my primary focus with what I'm doing now. Singles, what I'm trying to do is saw as straight as I can. If you compare what I'm doing now to what I did probably a couple months back, I've cut out about probably 4 inches of bow. Still got a ways to go. I'm still bowing it, but it's less. So taking it one step at a time. Like a little, it's not quite a foot, but it's real close. It's bigger than an 11. So I got that up there, and I'm going to work on something that Will Brook told me to do, and that's go hard on the holes, because I'm climbing like a fat gazelle, but cutting well when I get up there. So I need to put some balls behind my hits when I hit the log. quartered white oaks. This thing is, when I measure around it, it's 41 inches, so it's a 13-inch quarter of a big ash tree. So Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I'll see how I feel when I freaking get the front end. To do is I like to put up 10 to 11 inch logs in the standing block and 11 to foot logs in the underhand. Use a good decent axe. This is that Brute Forge that lost the toe, thanks to David Moses. And I'm going to see, go quick on this one, put the hits in right, and see if I can cut it in 8 and 5. So we'll see what happens. Poplar, I'm going to use that same Brute. If I come to a knot, I'm stopping because the edge on it's a little bit thin. It's not really a woolly butt axe like my other trainers. This one's just missing a toe. So, yeah. Observations from this session. Okay, so I have been doing a very low carb diet now for approximately 6 months. Over the course of that 6 months, I have lost about 50 pounds. And so what I'm doing now is I've increased my calories by only a quarter cup of oats. And what I'm doing is I'm eating that quarter cup of oats with a tablespoon of almond butter with my shake about halfway through my event training sessions. And that amounts to about probably 280 calories. That's all I'm doing. So I'm going from about 2,500 calories a day to 2,850. And so that's how much I'm increasing my caloric intake. And as long as I'm moving a lot, which I do on event training days, I normally get about probably 30 to 50 minutes of cardio heart rate zone, which is normally between 120 and 145. And then the rest of it normally stays within the fat burning zone, which is 120 to 85. Sometimes when I'm resting or when I've rested a little bit too much in between stuff or when I'm working, it goes below 80, which is closer to my resting heart rate, which is in the low 60s, high 50s. And so the concept behind this is to mimic what I am doing if and when we ever get to compete again, because I'm going to continue this low carb diet. I'm going to continue to harden up, and I'm hopefully will be able to adjust myself to get a bit more carbs on event training days, which will also include days that I do competitions. And so I was very pleased with how I felt today. I had a lot of energy to the back of the session, and I was going to cut another springboard, but when I stood up, I was like, woohoo, a little dizzy, better quit. So that's why I did what I did. So anyway, just some observations.